Text him, I text her when it happened to try to squash it. Because that's what I do. I'm solution oriented. And I didn't think it was life or death. And you know why else I was calling Lavar? Idiots. To have him come on Jalen and Jacoby to talk about it. So this idea that, he got banned from ESPN and it's her fault initially because she got a black man banned from ESPN. She's so insensitive. To now, like Jeezy said, if you get jammed up, don't mention my name.
What's going on, fam? It's Jaye the Black here. Another video. Salute to everybody that is tuning in. I do appreciate that. Here we go again. We are back speaking on this Lavar Qerim situation. I told y'all I wasn't done because I want to hear every aspect of this situation. We've heard from everybody. We've heard from Qerim. We've heard from Lavar Ball. Des Bryant. I made a video about him yesterday. Now we're hearing about Jalen Rose. Now, Jalen Rose was very upset and a bit, perturbed at what's going on. As y'all will hear, because I'll probably put a clip at the start of this, and y'all can actually go view the full video on Sports and News on YouTube. I'll put the link to the full video. Y'all can go and check it out. All right. Now, Jalen clearly has been going through it. It's probably more at home than he is publicly. Now, no man wants to see his wife being dragged through the mud. Now, I want to know, did anybody send Jalen my videos or, anything like that? Because there was the undertones of this video was that certain people are saying that he's getting banned. Bro, there's a whole tweet from a verified account that said that ESPN banned him. I never said ESPN banned him. I was going to make a video about it, but I chose not to because that was one source. For me to be able to speak on something, I have to hear about it from multiple sources, or there has to be video like this video with Jalen Rose getting a little emotional. Now, I want to say this about Jalen. I don't know if Jalen's been married before. I don't think so, but he's married to Molly, and they're basically joined at the hip. So whenever something happens with her, he's going to be put into it. And just looking at the video, it seems as if he feels like other people are bringing him into it. Bro, your wife brought you into it. When she was talking to TMZ, and I believe they asked her about Jalen, and she said that Jalen would like for Lavar Ball to apologize. Your wife didn't have to say anything, man. She could have kept it pushing. But she spoke for you, bro. Even though in the video you say that you texted her, you texted Lavar, you wanted to squash it privately. And Lavar Ball was playing phone tag with you. I kind of find that hard to believe, but maybe he was. Maybe Lavar at the time didn't see it as a big deal, and talking to you wasn't really a big deal to him. And we don't know what was in those text messages. Maybe you didn't have a sense of urgency enough to we need to talk. Because I highly doubt Lavar would be, dodging you. I don't sense that, so I don't know if Jalen's 100% on that. He probably sent one or two texts out like that. Maybe, Lavar responded, but Lavar's probably a busy guy. He got a son who's about to play in Australia and other things. He doesn't come on ESPN that often. Lavar did do the response, but again, maybe Lavar did not see the backlash instantly. He probably learned about the backlash like everybody else did. But, looking at the video, you can tell once again that, Molly's probably giving him a lot of flack. At home. He's not going to admit it, but you can tell in the video he's frustrated. She is his wife, and again, I've never personally went at Molly. I just don't like her as a personality on ESPN. I just think that she comes across as a feminist minded, woman who always wants to show up some of the men there, and she ends up looking foolish. I think she's taking the situation way too far. As a matter of fact, people been sharing me this video of Terrell Davis. I actually saw this live a couple years ago when Molly Qerim was on the NFL Network for a brief amount of time, and they were doing like a field reenactment, right? And Terrell Davis asked her to hike the ball, to bend over and hike the ball, and she didn't do it, but she kind of went up. She went along with the reenactment, but she's like, I'm not doing that, But she wasn't, in that moment, she wasn't offended. Fast forward to a couple years now, this dude said I'll switch gears at any time, and she's all offended in the world. Y'all have to see that video, man. Y'all would have to see that video to really get the gist of what I'm saying. Okay, but back to Jalen Rose. Also, Jalen talked about how people say how can Molly get a black man banned from ESPN. He took that to heart because Jalen Rose has done a lot for his community in Detroit. He has a school there. He's done a lot for his community. Jalen is a really good dude. I want y'all to understand this. I don't dislike Jalen at all. Okay? I don't even want to have to really make this video, but I have to get all points of view. This situation is very crucial and critical to what's going on in society, and the fact that we have a lot of sensitive people out there. We have a lot of sensitive people out there, okay? And because we have a lot of sensitive people out there, you can just make a fly by the wall comment and people are gonna get offended. People sit on Twitter all day getting offended about nothing. And that is the point, Jalen. That's why people are upset. Okay? Your wife could have squashed it when she talked to ESPN and said, you know what, it was awkward, but to me, it's no big deal. I don't think he, should be banned. Even, instead of saying that it's above your pay grade. When you say that something is above your pay grade, you're not condemning it, but that doesn't mean that you're not supporting it. And for her to basically say that it's above her pay grade lets people know that, she's good with it. And she talked about how the people at ESPN has her back. Like, okay, why are you making it seem like you were physically harassed? Like lewd comments was made to you live on TV. She made a bigger deal out of it, Jalen. Not the commenter, not the Twitter. Now, you do have some people on Twitter who've gone overboard, because he did mention how people said that he shouldn't let nobody disrespect his wife, and he should fight. He should fight Lavar. Those are idiots. Okay, those are idiots. I would never condone Jalen fighting Lavar, because it shouldn't go that far. But you got these guys once again on Twitter that like to see shit started, just like YouTube. People like to see shit started, but they not building nothing, they not creating nothing, they just talking. And that's what happens on Twitter. A lot of those people are just talking. They want you to do the fighting while they sit back and laugh. And Jalen, once again, I respect a lot of what he has done in the black community. I feel like he is a role model for young black men. I really do. And just young men in general, but I just feel like Jalen has done a lot for his community. And to see him in the position he is, because Jalen has always been a cool, calm, and collected guy. Jalen Rose has always been somebody that came off as being very smooth. He's been at ESPN for a long time. And the reason why he comes off being smooth is because there was an incident where the visuals, y'all may have seen this a while back. Him and Sage Steele was having a private conversation that went live, and they were talking about having dinner together, and it was a bit flirtatious. Well, she was more flirtatious with him, and the thing about the situation, Sage Steele is a married woman, but he played that situation all very smoothly. You know, that's Jalen Rose. But what marriage does, unfortunately, marriage puts you in a position of vulnerability. The fact that you always, if you and your wife work together and she gets into a situation with other people, you're going to be brought into it, Jalen. Unfortunately, you're married to that woman. You're going to be brought into it. You're going to be brought into it. And I'm not saying that it's your fault, but that's what marriage, when you both work together, Jalen, and you're in the public eye, you're going to be brought into it, bro. I know you don't want to be, but Molly Qerim is not very popular out here. She's not. You married a very unpopular woman, bro. And I think that now you're coming to terms with it. I think by looking at the video, I can tell you've been reading comments. I can tell you've been listening to commentary, that you feel some type of way. I'm not saying that you regret getting married to Molly. What I'm saying is you're like, oh wow, I did not know people didn't like her like that. Because of course she tried to play the sympathy card because she knows she's not very popular. You know, she doesn't have a lot of friends out here, Jalen. You might be it. Think of it this way, Jalen. You talked about how she's been doing what she's doing in sports for 15 years, right? You talked about all the sports that she has covered, how she can take care of herself. But here you are recording a video for IG Live, ticked off, a bit emotional. That's why you keep sitting in front, you kept sitting up in front of the camera, taking your shades on and off. But she can take care of herself. If she can take care of herself, why are you defending her? You know, now I understand you're defending your position because you don't want to be looked at as being weak. And I understand that, Jalen, but you got to understand how things are. You should have spoken to Molly and tell her that she needs to publicly squash it because she is not in a position to get to win the court of public opinion. And I think that she thought she would. And that's why she did not try to squash the situation when she had the opportunity. She only exacerbated. You know? She brought it farther than it should have. And now you caught in the middle. You sitting in this restaurant with these shades on, doing this IG Live, nervous. He was a little nervous at first, but anyway. And you recording this video, upset at people when you need to look at your wife, bro. If she would have squashed it, she would have gained way more support publicly. She would have gained more support because then she would have made him look like the bad guy. But oh no, she didn't do that because women are never wrong. Women can never squash a situation. And bro, unfortunately, that's your wife. And I'm pretty sure she's gonna now hold this situation over your head, unfortunately, broski. So y'all know what you think in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts.